Alright guys, so this is definitely not one of my usual videos per se. Today I'm gonna kind of do like a talking and driving POV kind of a video, you know? So I'm gonna talk about why waiting to own your dream car is actually a smarter move than buying it when you're young. Because right now, I drive this 2006 red Dodge Dakota. I've done a couple mods to it. I changed the headlights, tinted it a little bit. I'm working on getting a new grille right now. I'm painting it and getting it clear coated. Yeah, obviously there's rims, aftermarket exhaust, all these things, you know, and I think starting small is honestly the best way to go, so you can kind of get yourself used to the community. Because right now what I'm doing with mine personally is I'm trying to build like a mini version of what my ideal truck would look like. Because my ideal truck, what I would love to have at some point in the future, it would be the 2025 Ram 2500 Cummins, and preferably either black and red like what I have now, or red and chrome. Right now, as you can see, I'm kind of going in between the two with the chrome headlights, and then back here I have the blacked out taillights. But I feel like chrome fits red a little nicer, so that's personally my take, you know. Obviously this truck isn't perfect, you know. We have damage here, you know. The back seats are kind of stained right there. You know, the bed liner in the back here is starting to peel, you know, like right around there. Obviously the bed's pretty dirty, kind of banged up. There's rust spots here, big chunks of paint taken off right here, you know, just little things that I can fix later on down the road. So yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to go over today. Is kind of why is it better to own your, like, a smaller vehicle first. It's not even just retaining the trucks. I'm talking like including cars, and even for you in the biker community, you know, it's probably better to own a smaller vehicle at the start than it is to own this big dream car of yours, you know. Like right now, obviously this is not my dream interior. I would like a Laramie, which is why I did the wheel cover, the seat covers, all these things, right? But obviously I don't have that right now, you know? So I'm just kind of making things the way I would want them on my future truck to make me feel like I am driving, like, as close as I can get to my dream truck without spending $70,000. If anybody has any ideas, by the way, to help with cable management for all of this, please drop a comment, because that's something I've been trying to figure out for a while now, and it's kind of hard for me to figure out on my own. So as we get on our drive here, I'm going to kind of talk about, like, why it's better to own your dream to own your, like, smaller truck to get you into it, or car, whatever you buy, and like how come that's better than being like some of these kids right now, where they are financing their dream cars and building them all at the same time. Because I have a few friends where they're all in the same boat as me, you know. I would love to finance a new vehicle and not have this 2006 Dodge, but we are all waiting because none of us feel like financing a car, because in reality, you guys, I mean, interest rates right now are insane, like, especially for, like, people, you know, our age, like young adults. And it wouldn't really be worth it, honestly, to go out and buy a brand new car as somebody who's a younger person who doesn't quite have the credit built up to own that car and not have a huge interest rate on the car. So if you wait a little bit longer for this dream car of yours, eventually, even if you finance it later, you will have more money saved up for it if you just wait. If you wait and you do like these subtle mods to whatever you're driving right now to make it feel better for you, then that will altogether make your experience with your current car better. And that will make you enjoy your current car enough to where you feel satisfied. You feel like, okay, this is something I can daily drive and something that I won't, like, I'm not hating owning it, you know? Because, like, right now, I drive a V8, so obviously gas is not my favorite right now, which I was just talking about, like, Cummins being a dream truck of mine, but whatever, you know, It's miles per gallon. We aren't talking about miles per gallon here. But if I was to finance that 2025 red Cummins right now, that would be probably around like $500 a month on top of gas. And gas itself for diesel is incredibly expensive right now, you guys. Like, for where I live right now, it's $5 per gallon for diesel. Compare that to $4 for regular gas, and honestly, it feels like a no-brainer right now to be owning a regular gasser. Now, is it ideal, like I've said a few times? No. But right now, that's what I have. And so right now, all I can do is make this truck closer and closer to what my dream truck would be. You know, I recently got this truck tinted, and that honestly helped the feel so much because it feels nicer, it feels more premium. So if you are driving a car right now and it is not tinted, you know, you're driving like a fishbowl, as I would call it, and a lot of people in the car community call it, then maybe try tinting your car. That might actually improve your experience and that might even be the small thing that you need to change to make yourself like your car more. So why would I rather have this than my dream truck right now? That's something that I have been asked by a few of my friends already. And my honest response right now is, right now, I do not have a car payment to make. You know, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck like some of these kids in my school. Some of these kids my age are quite literally living paycheck to paycheck because they're busy financing a car they don't have the money to own. And I have this. It is nice, you know. I've modded it out a little bit. I've made things kind of how I want them. Like, I'm making things slowly improve. And I feel like that's a better feeling, keeping your first car and slowly improving it to where you could either increase its value or potentially make it something that you would want to keep as like your beater for winter or something even, you know? And you can save your money while you're currently driving your first car. You know, you can save for like 5, 6, however many years you need to save until you can own that dream car of yours. And by the time, if you really think about it right now, you guys, right now, how much your dream car is, it is going to be a lot less expensive than it is right now, just because of depreciation and how the car market works. So waiting will not only help you achieve your goal of getting that car, it will also make that car slowly get cheaper for you to make it easier for you to attain this goal. Another thing I've thought about is owning this makes me more ready for the Cummins, because right now this truck, it has enough power for me because I'm still a new driver. I haven't been driving for like 6 years, you know? I've been driving for like almost 2.5, and like that's a huge difference between now and me in 5 years having that much driving experience, you know? It may not seem like a huge difference, but it is, because if I got that Cummins right now, I guarantee you I would beat on it and it would eventually become less reliable than this 3rd gen Dodge. You know? And so I feel like owning a smaller car, or not even necessarily a smaller car, I mean like a cheaper car, you know? A car that's not like 100% up to your standards. I feel like that's your better move right now, especially in 2026 with how stupid the car market is right now. I mean, near me, there are cars selling for 200 that have like 200,000 miles, and people are selling these things for like dang near $15,000. Like, that is so unrealistic to me. I'm like, dude, that's insane, because my truck, it has 100,000 miles, almost 101,000 miles right now. I would think for a reasonable price for this truck would be around $5,000. Obviously, I'm like taking into account like body damage and all these things, but like clean Dodge Dakotas near me for 150,000 miles are going for around $3,000 to $4,000. Mine has 100,000 miles and slight body damage, no rust, besides the big, you know, the little spot on the tailgate that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. So the used car market right now is cooked. So realistically, affording your dream car isn't exactly something that you can do right now, especially not if you're an average person. I know, like, I don't know how to put it in better words, you guys. Yeah, I think unless you're like gambling with it and you're gonna go and like enter in like Dave Farrell's giveaway truck or something, because that's your dream truck, so you might as well go enter the giveaway to see if you can win your dream truck for like $20 or however much his t-shirts are. Then go for it. If that's your thing, 100% go for it. But me personally, I would far rather mod this truck how I want it and be able to save in the long run to buy my dream car outright with cash and not have to pay anything extra except for the exact dollar amount that it is listed for, than I would be paying for that car for like 8 years, because in 8 years after I have my dream car, there will be another car that I will want more than my dream car within 8 years time. If we're being realistic here, you guys. So why would you want that? Why would you want to finance something even though you know at the end of the day it's going to be something that, like, in the future you would rather have something else, Like, in my future, personally, I would love to have that 5th gen. But if I think about it hard enough, that 5th gen is not going to give me the satisfaction for me whenever I turn like 25 years old. Now, a lot of people, that's something that they don't really care about. They'd rather have the car that they want right now and worry about future them later. But me personally, I'm thinking about things like, would this be a good idea for me later, Because, I mean, honestly, would it be a good idea for you to buy your dream car right now? Is that something that is in your budget? You feel like you could be responsible with that car? You feel like you would really appreciate the car for what it is? And if it is, 100% go get that car. It will probably make you the happiest person alive. But I feel like Social Orbit, I've watched him a little bit too, and he got his dream car at 18 years old, and he's already sold it. His C7 Corvette, I think is what it was. Yeah, that yellow Corvette of his that he's had as a dream car for a long time. And he explained that basically him having that dream car of his, it just stopped being something that satisfied him. It stopped being something that made him like have that level of, oh my God, I'm really driving this. He said about a month after he got it, he just got used to the car, which is 100% normal, you guys. I mean, whenever I first got this, I was thinking, oh my God, I got my first truck. It doesn't have 100,000 miles like a lot of my friends do, Oh my Lord, this thing's insane. And like a month after I owned it, I'm like, okay, this needs to change. I'd rather have this than what my current car is. Even this would be better, blah, 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 blah. But the longer I own this truck, the more I'm starting to appreciate it, because I have a lot of people in my town that are financing their cars, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of dumb, honestly. Now, financing a car, if you're like, you put like half of the down payment on it, I feel like that is reasonable, But like, for those of you who are like putting $1,000 down on a $70,000 car, what are you doing? Honestly, why would you do that? I mean, to me, that just does not seem like a very smart decision, especially not whenever you're a young adult. Whenever you're a young adult, you're either going into college or you're trying to figure out how you're going to afford rent and groceries after you move out. So why would you add another cost to your daily life, being a car, which would add $500 for like your $70,000 dream car, on top of your already expensive payments for rent and groceries? That is like the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. And so many people my age are doing it. And I think that's why I'm wanting that new car so bad, is because I see everybody my age with these new cars. I see people at work that have these brand new cars that go so much faster than mine. But like, they have admitted to me that these guys are going stupid speeds in these cars, that they don't even appreciate how fast the car goes anymore, because they've already gotten used to how fast the car is. Do you guys have any idea how ridiculous that is? 18 years old. We'll say you are like licensed or some shit, and you go out and you buy a M4. Okay? License is obviously older than 18, but in my opinion, his maturity is not honestly even all that far away from 18 years old, because he's driving like a fool. He's literally putting other people's lives at risk because he wants to have a thrill. At 18 years old, if you do that, you will guaranteed to be caught because you're 18. You aren't like, I don't know, anybody can get caught doing that, honestly. Just literally look up cop chase, and it's almost every single time the person who's running from the cops gets caught. You know? Like, there's literally, I feel like a lot of kids my age are doing these stupid things with their cars. Like, one of them even, like, I talked to somebody at a gas station the other day. He had what my dream truck is right now. He had it in blue instead of red, but doesn't matter, you know? That's my dream truck. I figured I'd talk to him. How do you afford it? How do you treat the truck, you know? He's my age. How in the world is he doing all this that I can't do? And he said, honestly, I can't hardly afford it. I'm barely affording my rent. I can barely afford the car. And I'm treating the truck like shit. I'm treating it like it's a $2,000 car because I know it's got the power to be able to handle me flooring it every time I go around a corner. And I'm like, that honestly doesn't sound like fun, because think about it. If I was to do like this in my dream truck enough times, it would slowly make it less and less and less and less and less reliable. Especially because I'm wanting a Cummins, you know? Beating on a diesel engine is not even kind of your smartest move. Like, why the hell would you do that? You see all these people online. I mean, I'm personally, my For You page is literally directed towards, like, cars and trucks and whatnot. So, obviously, you know, I'm going to be seeing all these people beating on their diesel trucks. But, like, some of these guys, the way they redline it, it is so dumb. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You know, like, your truck doesn't even sound good whenever it's redlining like that. It makes it sound like it's like you almost feel pain for the car itself, because you see, all you hear is this, and it stops shooting the diesel gas out. Like, it starts rolling coal, obviously, because they're revving it, and then once it hits the red line, it hits it enough times, and then you guys, if you look closely, the cloud literally gets thinner, and it eventually just stops. Now, am I an expert on why that's happening? Absolutely not. I have zero clue why the heck that's happening. But the point is like, these guys are abusing the hell out of these trucks, and I guarantee you they're young. I guarantee you these guys are like in their 20s or something, and they just have these really, really nice trucks, and so they feel like they need to show off to everybody, be that cool guy who's got the truck, you know? But how stupid is that you are abusing the hell out of your dream truck? You know? I mean, sure, drive it how you want. Some people might call that driving it how it's meant to be driven. But guys, I mean, why would you want to do that to your dream car? Why is that something that, like, you think, yeah, that's something I would do? That's something that seems awesome. You know, beating on my car. You might think, that might not be how you're thinking about it, but revving it up is literally beating on the engine, especially if you're redlining it, you guys. A lot of people seem to not understand that, but redlining your car is doing so much to it under the hood that you can't see. Like, a lot of these people who I see redlining their cars, a lot of them are literally saying, you know, oh, my truck can take anything, blah, 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 and then like 3 videos later, they're redlining it, whatever. And then 2 more videos later, they're complaining about something having been broken on the truck. Like, obviously something's gonna break if you're gonna be, like, redlining it like that. What would make you think it wouldn't? It's not literally bulletproof just because you built it to be bulletproof or whatever. Just because it's built to be the most reliable engine in the world does not mean it's gonna last you smashing on the throttle. You know, what I'm trying to get at here is, just because you can finance your car, that doesn't mean you should, you know. You probably don't have the maturity. I'm even talking about myself here. I myself don't even have the maturity to handle that truck. I'm addressing that to myself. Every time I'm like, dude, this truck is for sale 2 towns over, whatever, and it's cheaper than it is here in town. I should go get that. I should talk to my parents and see if they would be willing to co-sign on that. And then I literally tell myself, bro, what are you doing? Why would you do that? You know, like you would be signing yourself up for a contract where you're going to have money draining from your bank account once a month. Why would you want that? Why is that something that you would even consider? And the more I think about it, the less I understand myself, you guys. Myself, the one guy who is wanting this truck. I am starting to have a hard time understanding me. That is not what you want. You know, like why would you want that? Why do you really, really need that truck right now in your current position? You ever think about it like that? Why do I need this truck? A lot of people say they don't need it, but they really, really want it. And honestly, I feel you on that. I mean, I would love to have a 5th gen interior instead of all this gray plastic. You know, but do I really deserve that truck? Do I really feel like that's a truck that I could realistically own and be good to that truck right now? No. And the reason why is because even with this truck, whenever I get on the highway sometimes, I'll redline it until it shifts every time until I reach the speed limit. And you guys, that's not what you want to have on your brand new car. Sure, redlining it is probably good for your car. We've all seen that video where redlining your car is actually really good for it. What they don't tell you is, yes, it is good for your car to let it go all the way to its limit. But you doing that every time is not going to be good for your car at all. It's literally going to slowly destroy your car. That's not what you want, especially not in your brand new dream car. I mean, it might seem like the cool thing to do at the time, but guys, what are we doing? Why are so many people between like the ages of 18 and 25 financing $70,000 cars? If you watch Bladed Angel at all, I know that's a YouTuber that I personally watch a lot because like all of his little rants are something that makes me kind of like put myself in check in a way, you know? Like I think and I'm like, yeah, he's right. And one of his videos, he talked about the stupid car buying epidemic, I think is what he called it. And he was talking about how all these people are buying all these cars, and the average car payment, you guys, from the age of 18 to 25, the average payment is literally $1,000 a month. You need to be financially stable to be able to do that. Shoot, if you're smart and you save your money, you'll have the money to pay for it in full. So why wouldn't you just save for it? Yeah, these are just like the little things that are on my mind on why I would rather have this as like, and build it like a mini version of my dream truck than I would have my dream truck, than I would like to have my dream truck right now. Because as big of a status symbol as it would be, that is the dumbest reason to get a car. You should never get a car because it would just make you look cooler. Is that part of the reason why you bought the car? Probably, let's be honest. But should that be the sole reason why you have the car? No. No, it shouldn't. It should be for your own enjoyment. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why people are buying these M3 comps and stuff, is because that is the trending car right now. Everybody has that car, you know? So you want to fit in. You want to be like everybody else. You want to be able to have that cool car that everybody else has. But you guys, think about it. How many of these guys buying M3s do you think that is really their dream car? And they aren't just buying that car because TikTok said to. Because at one point, I was in that boat. I was like, yes, the M3 comp, that is 100% my dream car. Then I thought about it and I'm like, wait, my dream car isn't even actually a car. My dream car is a Cummins. And it has been since probably my, 8th grade. You know? I used to play video games and drive those Cummins trucks around because I loved those trucks so much. So, why in the world would I just go out and buy that truck because I feel like it? Why would I go waste my money? Even worse, go waste my money because I feel like... Sorry, I'm watching this car over here. It's got... I think it's stalled. Anyway, why in the world would I go buy a car because TikTok said to? Because the TikTok people are all like, yes, that is the best car to buy right now. Guys, what are we doing? Why are we all buying all these cars that realistically aren't going to make us as happy as our actual dream cars would? Like, an M4 Comp would not make me anywhere near as happy as having my Cummins. Because my Cummins has been my dream car for the longest time. The M4 is something that was a phase. Because I thought about the M4 being my dream car. And I'm not even kidding, a week later, I'm like, the M4 is such a stupid car. Everybody has that car. Why the heck would you want to buy another one? And be like everybody else? And that's something I think a lot of people need to understand. Is just because everybody else has that car doesn't mean it's the car for you. Because, like, the M4 Comp is definitely not the car for me, you guys. Like, if I get a car that's gonna go fast and I'm gonna finance that thing and spend like $1,000 a month or whatever it is on it, you guys, I'm surely not gonna go for a BMW M4 Comp. Like, there's no reason to do that. Especially not if, like I said a few times already, my dream car is something completely different. Oh, I don't know. I kind of have like ran out of things to talk about. I guess I could kind of talk about some simple things like, what would I change about this truck before I buy my dream car? And honestly, I don't think there's a lot more that I would change. Because this truck is built in a way that makes me happy right now. Right now, the way this truck is built makes me happy. It fulfills me at the moment, you know? But long term, obviously this isn't going to be the truck that fulfills me. And eventually I'm going to probably change something because I won't like how it is. I'll be like, dude, why are these rims red? Why would I not do chrome, or why would I not do black or bronze or whatever the heck the other color is going to be? Like, some of these people that are buying these M4 Comps, I genuinely don't think they understand that that's not actually the car they probably want. That's just the car everybody else has, and everybody else is showing it off because it's an expensive car. And they're all like, yeah, I should get that car too. No, you shouldn't. Be unique, you guys. Come on. I mean, me personally, I loved the car scene. I grew up loving it. And the reason for that was because the car scene was so diverse. I mean, you could literally find 3 different builds that are completely unique. And you're like, wow, I would never do that. But it's their personality, you know? Nowadays, everybody's just kind of the same, honestly. Everybody's just kind of acting like stormtroopers, if you will. They're all wearing the same shell around their car. Everybody wants the same car. No, that's not for me. You guys really need to think about that, honestly, some of these people that are buying these M4s, because later you'll see a video that they sold it because they probably, honestly, some of them probably rented them, but some of them may have actually sold the car because they realized that's not their dream car. They just bought that car because of clout. At the end of the day, you guys, the best thing to do whenever you're thinking about financing, even if it's not your dream car, your next car, is think about how it will actually affect your daily life, you know? Because I have a buddy right now, he's got a YouTube channel too, if y'all want to check it out. It's the Lambo Pro. He is rebuilding his current truck, and he's using a family's car to get to work and whatever. Now, he's kind of wanted a couple times to like give up, and he said to me the other night, because another thing went wrong with his truck, he said to me the other night, I don't feel like it's worth it anymore. And I'm like, trust me, man, it will be worth it. It will be worth you fixing it. because he has already put a bunch of money into fixing that truck. And so why would you not just complete it, you know? Because the guy who sold it to him for like $2,500 or however much it was. I kind of forgot, honestly. Sorry about that, bro. Anyway. So, why, if he bought it for $2,500 and he's already starting to do all these different things to rebuild the truck and make it the way he wants it, why in the world would he sell it again? Why would he just sell it back for he'd probably get the same amount of money back as he did from buying it. He wouldn't even break even because he has spent so much on already trying to fix the car. So why would he do that? And so I told him, no, bro, it will be worth it, you know? I just tried to kind of give him some encouragement, because honestly, you guys, I feel like that's all most of these people buying all these new cars need, is they just need a little bit of encouragement to keep going on their builds. They just need to kind of understand, hey, it's all right that you don't have that $70,000 car at like 18, 25, 23, 20 years old, 19, however the heck old you are. It's okay that you don't have a car that millionaires are buying, you guys. Millionaires are buying these cars outright, and that's why they have the cars, because they could buy them outright, you guys. They could buy these cars in cash and not have to worry about paying for it later. So of course they're gonna buy it. At the end of the day, you guys, what I'm saying here is, the car you have right now, honestly, it's probably a better idea to keep that than it is for you to go out and buy a new car and finance a new car and honestly probably end up wrecking yourself for your future. That's all I have for this video. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please comment and let me know, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.